You wanna know what's crazy to me? The fact that we just had some of these cards get bought out to increasingly crazy numbers. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So while I was filming Marco Watch, I came across this card called Child's Play. And this is from SAST. And I was like, what in the world is this? But it's each time your opponent summons a monster that includes normal or special, you gain 300 life points. Your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle while you have 10,000 or more life points. Just as the lawnmower going outside indicates to me out here that it's Child's Play resolving this card. But this is a continuous spell card that is entirely unsearchable. You're going to have to hard draw into this, but unfortunately, this is another anti-time card that exists out here that pushes you into this really interesting position of making it so your monsters can't be destroyed by battle, which means you get to keep these chum guards on the field to, protect your life points. And oh no, you attacked me. Oh no, I'm like, this combined with Spooky Dogwood would be a absolutely toxic thing to have to deal with out here. Like, imagine you're sitting at like 35,000 life points, stacking up a 300 gain every time your opponent spams the special summon button or the summon button in general, and you're just like, your stuff is just protected. Like, they can still Raigeki you, sure, but like, that's interesting to see that people are buying out large quantities of this card on like some sort of whim that they believe. They're like, yes, Child's Play is the perfect counter to the meta. Nobody's ever going to see this coming out here. Yeah, I get that. Sure. Any sort of card that you can clutch onto in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That you wholeheartedly believe is going to be a good choice, then you are absolutely welcome to do so. So I find that very interesting. The Mimig hype. So we just got Summoning Curse at Home for this deck, as I'm going to call it, because it's a continuous spell card that basically, whenever a Mimig monster is flipped face up, you get the ability to rip something from your opponent's extra deck. That is one of the coolest things, but I think the problem here is they might have just put the best card on the table for the Mimig Wave 2 support, and I don't like that. I don't like that, we might not be getting anything else exciting here. Though it did show us a waifu out here for this, but this has reignited the entire love for Mimig out here. Mimig is already an extremely good tier 2 deck as it is, and I already, I can read the comments from people going, no, Robbie, it's not tier 2, and it's like, the deck is extremely good enough to tear through your middles rogue section and top 8 for sure. If you've got a good 20-30 man event, you can do that extremely easily, and there's no real looking back for it. All right, that's how it works. All right, super easy stuff. With that being said, though, we've seen the Mimig buyouts return. You hear the grass looks greener going on in the backside out there for everybody that's like, oh, I gotta buy this now. I could have bought the deck when it was $30. Now you're looking at like $45 for the core. I love when new support gets announced. Unlike Ashen out here, we watched the Vidos go up through the roof, but unfortunately, things were just always kind of left to the side with that. So, like, the grass looks greener being mowed on the other side over there to people, spending the $45 now. Good luck. Truthfully, because had you got it when it was cheap and actually being a casual enjoyer without a good card, I too remember the last time that this happened, don't you? Alright, so that's your Mimigools. Can't believe that this stuff's going up. Cyber Darks. So I was recently sent a mini Cyber Dark list that was playing White Forest cards. And I was sitting here, I was like, huh? So Cyber Darks are back on the menu, I guess. The reason why that this is, I guess, the ability to send something from the Spell and Trap card zone as your equip. I swear that they were still treated as monsters while equipped. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're equip spell cards, and maybe this whole interaction just is actually just the greatest 5-head thing that you could actually ever imagine out here. You're like, oh my gosh, we can do all these cool things with Cyber Darks, and White Forest. It's a cool idea, yes. I mean, it did win its event. It's got spotlight back on it now. But also, I mean, to be honest with you, Cyberdarks are also going to always be a fan favorite out here. You know, you got to love Zane. And we just did get the Tactical Tri-3 deck, so, you know, everybody's kind of looking around going, hey, GX is getting more support, Robbie. Yes, I understand Evil Heroes. See, grass looks greener over there. I swear I film at the times that these abnormalities happen out there to bring emphasis to these things. All the Cyber Dragon players over there that are excited, you know, that hadn't picked up their stuff yet, they're like, oh, new support could come. Anything's possible out here. But right now you have a cheeky little interaction that could definitely spicing up your day. And that's kind of what I like to hear, you know. Get your Cyberdark stuff. All right. Who knows? As long as it darn grass looks greener over there, all you Cyber Dragon players that haven't bought your cards yet, rushing over to get the cool new stuff because you think it's going to get some sort of support. At least it's cheap. That's always going to be one of your takeaways. Mermails. Max rarity Atlanteans are expensive. It's still about like $180, $200, $600 for a playset of Dragoons, by the way. Ah, yes. If you'd bought them when they were cheap, yeah. The last time Mermails were relevant were what, like 2014, 2013? One of those two. So you would have had to have kept your Mermail core, dare I say, for 10 years for it to come to fruition. But to be fair, the Mermail Atlantean stuff has always been some sort of money for the high rarity stuff. Like that has not changed. That rule has applied for the last 10 years. You have watched the constant cycle of this going through, and that has not changed whatsoever. I like that idea a lot. I like that you've got a lot of exciting things there to kind of think about with that, but okay. So you do have the new Mermail stuff rushing out. Is it going to be tier 1? No, OCG results are putting it like super mid tier 2, but that's one more deck that you can have rushing around into the room out here. Grass looks greener over there. You want Mermail to be a tier 1 deck, you got to have max rooting Merlantians. I saw locals had 15 ulti Dragoons when the support got announced. Every one of those ulti Dragoons sold to players in that area. 5 people went in and bought playsets. That's 15 ulti Atlantean Dragoons that are now in the hands of the players because they want max rarity water. That's crazy. We're really revving up that grass looks greener out there. Gotta have, you know, things looking good. So it says people spending $600 on playsets of this. That's so stupid to me. Like, I'm not rushing out to buy max rarity water. I'm gonna be honest with you. But you know what? If your player base wants it, okay. Okay. Hat. So, hat format has actually, I guess, been taking off out here. For those of you who remember hats, like what? Trap Tricks, Artifacts, and, yeah, the hands. What was the deck? It was a very good control deck. There were a couple of other things in that format you could play, but like honestly, it was pretty much just hat mirror matches all day. And I'm very surprised to see that this format, like Breakthrough Skill, has been going terminal each and every market watch I watch, because people are like, "Oh, hat format! Like it's so nostalgic. It's such a good format," and it's just you're just playing hat control mirrors. Like, no, it's not. To me, hat was not a fun format to live through. I was at the YCS Philly that we did that, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the format was awful to me, but that doesn't stop people's love from these older vintage formats and people wanting to explore these and go, hey, you know, you can play this, you can have fun with these ideas. All right, there are so many formats for, just because I don't like something doesn't mean somebody else isn't going to like it. In the market, grass looks greener over there. They'd rather play hat infinitely all day long than play Modern Era Yu-Gi-Oh! Moral of the story, grass looks greener. You're always going to think it's going to be better on the other side over there, but I don't, because they're mowing the lawn, so it'd be like that sometimes. But yeah, your hat cards are going up pretty crazy. Interesting to see these huge swings in all of these different directions, right? So what do you guys think? Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.